So, you're gearing up for the EMRS TGT Tier 2 exam, and probably the biggest question on your mind is when is everything actually happening? Knowing that timeline is absolutely crucial for planning everything out. Well, in this explainer, we're going to break down the entire 2026 exam cycle for you, step by step, so you have the clarity you need to really nail this. Are you trying to juggle your study schedule, figure out when to do your final revisions, and, still have a life? We totally get it. We've got you covered. Think of this as your roadmap, your guide to the next few months so you can stop guessing and start planning with some real confidence.
Okay, let's zoom out for a second and look at the big picture. Your entire journey, from taking the test to getting selected in 2026, is basically a 4-month sprint. It all kicks off in April with all the pre-exam stuff and the exam itself. Then, May is all about the results. The summer months, June and July, are for document verification, which all leads up to the grand finale, the final selection in August. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty of each phase.
Now, you might be wondering, where are we getting these dates from? It's a fair question. The timeline we're about to walk through is based on a really careful analysis of how these exam cycles have worked in the past. So while you should think of these as expected dates, they give you a super solid foundation to build your study plan around.
All right, let's dive into phase 1, gearing up for exam day. This is all about those critical last steps right before you walk into that exam hall. This is where things start to feel very real. First things first, get your calendar out and circle April 8th to the 10th. That's your window for the city intimation slip. This is a big deal because it tells you which city you'll be in so you can sort out any travel plans early. Then, just about a week later, between April 15th and 16th, the official admit card drops. This is your golden ticket, literally. You have to have it, so make sure you download it and print it out the moment it becomes available. Okay, with all that admin stuff handled, we've arrived at the most important day of this entire timeline. All those late night studying, all the practice tests, it all leads right up to this single moment.
And here it is, April 19th, 2026. This is the expected date for the TGT Tier-2 exam. This is D-Day. This is the date your entire study schedule should be built around. So circle it, highlight it, put it on your wall, whatever you need to do. This is your target. And exhale. You've done it. The exam is over. So what happens next? Well, now the waiting game begins. But hey, at least it's a structured wait. Let's take a look at the post-exam process and when you can expect to start hearing back. Sometime in the last week of April, you should see the official answer key released. This is your first chance to get a real sense of how you did. It's also when you can raise any objections if you think there's a mistake, a really crucial step, so don't skip it. Then, after what will probably feel like the longest month of your life, the big news arrives. The mains result is expected in late May 2026. You cleared the mains. That is huge, so take a moment and celebrate. But it's not quite over yet. We're now entering the final stages of the whole process. You're in the home stretch, so let's see what these last steps are all about. So for the months of June and July, it's all about document verification, or DV. This is where they confirm all your qualifications and paperwork. And here's a pro tip for you. Start getting all your documents together as soon as you know you've cleared the mains. Trust me, you do not want that last-minute stress. Once you get through a successful DV, the final moment you've been waiting for arrives in August 2026 with the publication of the final selection list. Whew, we've covered a lot of ground and a whole bunch of dates. It can be a lot to remember. So let's do a super quick recap of the absolute must-know milestones from this timeline, just to make sure they're locked in. All right, let's lock these in one last time. The 4 key dates you need to remember are exam day on April 19th, the mains result in late May, document verification running through June and July, and the final selection coming in August. Keep these 4 milestones front and center as you map out your path forward. So there you have it, a clear, predictable path from right now all the way to that final selection list. The timeline is laid out for you. The end goal, August 2026, is right there in sight. Now the only question that's left is your plan ready to get you there?